Problem number 4. Write an equation for each line. First, we are going to write the general equation for a line. And we know it as y equals mx plus b, where m is your slope and b is your y-intercept. Now we are going to focus on line K, and I'm going to keep everything in green. Now for line K, we already know that our y and our x are going to stay the same in this equation, but we need to fill in the slope and the y-intercept. So the first thing we want to focus on is the y-intercept. This green line crosses the y-axis at 4. So I know that the y-intercept is 4. This means that when x is equal to 0, y is 4. And to find the slope, I'm going to pick 2 points on this line that meets at the corner of the square grid. So what I mean by that is I can draw a point right here, for example, and I can count the rise and the run. And I see here that the rise is 1, the vertical distance is 1, and the horizontal distance is also 1. So when I calculate slope is m, of rise over run, or the change of y over the change of x, we see here that we can simplify it to 1 over 1, or just 1 for our slope. And I see here that it is a positive slope because when I am looking at this line from left to right, I'm going to place my little person on the left side of this line. They're going to be going up. So I know it's a positive slope of 1. And in fact, if your equation is y equals 1x plus 4, we can just simplify it as y equals x plus 4 because we know that there's always an invisible 1 in front of the x. All right, so we're done with line K. The equation for line K is y is equal to x plus 4. You would also get it correct if you added that 1 in front of the x. Now we are ready to move on to line M. For line M, we're going to do the same thing, where we're going to draw a line to fill in the blank for the slope and draw in a line to fill in for the y-intercept. Now, I know that for line M, the y-intercept is also at 4. This blue line also crosses the y-axis at 4. And for the slope this time, I am going to pick 2 points again that meet at the corner of one of the square grids. So I picked my 2 points. And now I can calculate rise over run. So my rise is that vertical distance. And I see here that we're rising 2. And we are running 1. And the question becomes, well, is this a positive slope or is it a negative slope? And let's take a look at looking at the line from left to right again. So from left to right, if I put my person on the left side of this line, this person is actually sliding down, which means that this is a negative slope. So we are going to say that it's a negative slope of 2/1 because we're rising 2 and we're running 1. And don't forget to keep it as negative because the person from left to right again is sliding down. This is a downward slope. So we're going to simplify this as just -2. Yeah, we're going to write -2 right here. So the equation for line M is y equals -2x plus 4. Alrighty. Now we're going to focus on line P. Line P is actually a horizontal line. And we know that horizontal lines are going to be y equals a value because it crosses the y-axis. And the line P, in fact, crosses the y-axis at -6. So the equation for the black P line is y equals -6. Okay, we're going to move on to our last line, line R. Line R is a vertical line, and vertical lines cross the x-axis. So we know this equation is going to start with x, crossing the x-axis. And horizontal lines are always x equal a value. In this situation, x is equal to 1 because this yellow line crosses the x-axis at 1.